Alright, so a lot of people have been asking me, well not a lot, but I've had several mentions in the comments section about this path load cordless framing nailer, whether they think it's a good, is it any good? I will recommend this for, say, the renovation contractor or the guy that kind of does a bit of everything and isn't framing all the time but needs a gun occasionally to do framing. I hate dragging around tons of hoses and a big compressor to run a full-size nailer, so that's why I bought this, because I don't do a lot of framing. So it's handy for when you're just doing small framing jobs like decks. Now, the negatives with this cordless gun is that it's a bit finicky and it requires more maintenance. So you can see in here that the piston is just all kinds of greasy right there. All the exhaust from the gas mixed with the oil just creates this nasty paste on everything. That's my little spark plug there, so the little thing is not arcing to that because it's a nasty layer of grease on there. So I got to degrease this thing, clean out the piston, and then re-oil it, put it back together every once in a while. The smaller guns, the 16 gauge and the 18 gauge pinners, they're even worse. The 16 gauge isn't as bad. The 18 I found was the worst. I used to run all pass load, but I found the 18 gauge was so finicky, it required cleaning almost all the time. Whereas this spiker here, I haven't cleaned this thing in years, as you can see. And now it's just starting to give me trouble. So the other thing is they're finicky in the cold weather. The butane canisters, or whatever gas they run off of, when they're really cold, they don't fire, they don't shoot the gas very well. You got to warm up the cylinder by sticking it in your pocket or in your armpit for a couple minutes before it starts actually working. So I don't recommend it for cold temperature work, but it's nice in the summertime when you got to frame a deck, and the ease of not having a hose is, it makes it worth it. It makes buying these things worth it. You get 2 of these for $22 or something like that. Each one does about 1,200 nails, so for me it's just worth the convenience and time I save not having to drag hoses everywhere and get them snagged on stuff. And if you do framing for a living, obviously you're not going to run a pass load, but if you're just using it from time to time, it's a damn handy tool. Well, I got you here. I might as well sit down and have a slice of humble pie. I know in the last video I was talking to you guys about how to build these trusses. It was the first time for me, and obviously I wasn't trying to, be a tutorial on how you should do it. It was more just an experimental video. And for good reason, because the little plates that I was using, you read the fine print, somebody in the comments caught it before I even did. They stamped on the thing, it says not for trusses. So I guess those gang nails or mending plates or whatever are not supposed to be used on trusses. I'm kind of confused about that. I've never seen them used anywhere else in framing. So I don't know what the hell you use those things for if you not for making trusses or bonding 2 pieces of wood together like that. Personally, I think it's probably just a disclaimer because Simpson doesn't want to be involved in lawsuits from people building their own trusses and them failing because they weren't engineered properly, that sort of stuff. So, whatever. This is just a 14-foot wide room. It's really not like a giant truss, so that's why I built these myself, because it's not a huge span. I obviously wouldn't do like a 40-foot span and try and build my own trusses, because that's a bit silly, but 14 feet, it's like a shed, you know? So no big deal. I went and just bought $150 worth of GRK's big 7-inch screws and just double screwed all the joints with GRK bolts right through the 2x4. So I'm pretty sure that these trusses are skookum. There's absolutely no flex in them whatsoever. So with the gang nails and the bolts, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be okay, guys. So all you engineer guys and self-proclaimed experts out there, just, you can calm down, okay? This is not a how to do things properly channel. This is how I do them, shooting from the hip like a crazy person, okay? Pretty sure most of the people watching this channel know that by now. And I will also say that framing is just not my expertise. The last time I framed a house was like 7 or 8 years ago, and so many things with the building code and stuff have changed. And you know, these engineers and everybody's trying to make things as complicated as possible, so people like you and me can't do any work on our houses, and we have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to hire professionals. So I'm not gonna go into that anymore. I could just rant on and on for hours and hours, but I won't. The awesome thing is we're getting stuff done. So I'm just framing out the soffits over here, and I'm gonna have to frame soffits down around here as well. And we're planning on getting this big mother 10x5 window in here, 10 feet wide, 5 feet tall. It's a beast. There's only 2 of us. Build a couple braces to support the window, slide it out on an angle, and then plunk it in. I got some suction cups and stuff, so let's get a big window in. Oh yeah, feel the burn. Yeah, your end goes the other way. Other corner. Okay. Woo! You got it? All right, so you can see we've got a little 2x4 that's up and hammered and nailed and screwed into the soffit, and then we've got these little cleats, little knee braces that we're gonna slide the window out on an angle to get it through the hole. Hopefully that 2x4 will prevent us from losing it and dropping it down to the driveway. That would be absolute worst case. And then we're gonna rest it on those little cleats there that are about 16 inches deep. So once we get it outside of the framing, and then we're gonna pull it back into the hole. It's gonna be awesome. Fortune favors the brave. I think that's how the saying goes. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, tilt up, that's on. You gotta tilt the top out first. Top has to go out and through, and then you gotta lift the bottom up on. Okay, can you lift it up now? Yeah, just get it on the edge there, just so that it sits out. There you go, that's the money spot. Okay, watch the latch. Crank, push it out a bit more. Just leave it resting on the thing. Just push the window out a bit so it gets past there. Okay, I'm good here. So you gotta let me slide out now. You can pull your top up now, straighten it. Okay, scoot it onto the thing. There you go, there you go.
Nice.
Let's get it my way a bit. All right. Reach through the window and grab the bottom of the sill, the underside of the frame.
Are you serious?
Like this.
I know, but
Can you not see? I got the top. Ready to lift?
yeah.
3, 2, 1, lift. 3, 2, 1, lift. What the? 3, 2, 1, lift. Oh, the flange was holding it.
What?
The flange was hitting that.
Oh.
All right, we're in. Woo! Mission accomplished. Oh yeah, that is looking so good. That's a huge window. Here's a tip for you young bucks. If you're ever on a job site, you're using suction cups. pick up windows. Number one rule with the suction cups, you never lay these on the ground. The key to the suction cup working properly is this seal, this rubber seal right here. So you always want to keep it clean. Rub it on your big belly like that. Oh yeah. And then when you set it down, cups up. All right, cups up. Never set it down on a dirty floor or table or anything, because once that seal's toast, throw the thing out. Oh my goodness, I am so excited! Seeing this roof go on, it's just pumping me right up. Oh yeah! Just gotta tie in these valleys right here, punch in 2 skylights. I think I'm gonna do one right here and then one right there. So I'll have 2 skylights bringing in the morning light. Look at this evening sunshine that just, the sun sets right over there, comes through these French doors and the side lights and just gonna light up my dining room table every night. Oh! This is gonna be the best dining room ever. I am just giddy with excitement. So we'll be on to framing the soffits, finishing off the roof tomorrow. You can see we got all the windows in. This one went off pretty much without a hitch. I freaked out that the wind was gonna just freaking take it for a ride, and there goes like 1,800 bucks or whatever that window cost. Jeez, but it's in. We're all good. So in the next video, we're gonna have the roof going on, skylights in, have this all buttoned up, French doors installed, and get on to framing out those windows and doors on the existing exterior wall. And then from there, we're gonna probably start prepping for tile. Ooh, yeah! And about that time, the timber should be ready for all my handrail posts and my box beams, stringer stairs, get onto that landing with the stairs, and oh my gosh, we're almost at the home stretch here. So if you're not following me on Instagram, check me out, Samurai Carpenter on Instagram. You can follow a little closer. I try and post progress pics every single day, or at least when there's something awesome going on, so check that out. And don't worry, once this renovation project is done, I'll be back in the wood shop making all kinds of furniture, starting with live edge slab tables, coffee tables. It's just, oh my gosh, it's gonna be amazing. As much as I'm pumped on this renovation, I'm even more pumped to get back into the shop and start doing what I'm actually really good at, which is building furniture, not framing and all this nonsense. Anyways, till next time, guys, Samurai out! See, I have a infestation problem here. Yeah, there they are again. It's like pack rats, maybe. Seem to be stockpiling garbage. I'm gonna have to call the exterminator. These guys look big.